the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. You look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run again with Walker. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Okay, ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
52. Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Faulkner. That's caught by Jackson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards that time.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Faulkner. And incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
On the ball.
Now a handoff inside it. Now the ball comes loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
Ready?
On the draw, it's Jackson. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. I'm looking down from our booth. You can tell this crowd wants them to go for it right now.
And believe me, he knows it. And he's weighing that through his head right now. Actually trying to filter that out because this needs to be a cold decision by him. Not influenced by the crowd. Not influenced by outside factors. Does he believe in his team enough to...
And this time he is in. Deion Jackson His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. If you look at this Bronco defense, they come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
13.
Jackson now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
They'll come out in the pistol. Walker. fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll try and run Walker. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Kenneth Walker, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
They're on the 29-yard line.
Ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Thanks.
Off the play fake. Faulkner. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Down. Green Jack. Hut, hut.
Operating from the gun. Faulkner. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Broncos at 3-5, 2 games under 500. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
First grab so far for Diggs. It's a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right, 97. Set, hut.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Come on, set.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Set.
Now a give, it's Jackson. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Ready?
They'll run again with Jackson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run?
Here we go.
What if you're a pretty good running
Check
team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Hut.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Jackson is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here we go.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
Ready.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Deion Jackson, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos are able to move back in front. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the 1st half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season, and right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now it's Jackson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Faulkner. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10.
Shot, 17.
Off play action. Faulkner. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Ready. Set.
On the give, here comes Jackson. And he loses the football a second time. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Now 2nd and 5. Jackson.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, it's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks. But somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on 1st down. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll go down 26 following a gain of 6. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. From the gun, Jackson. He lets it go deep for Olave. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Ja'Cory Bennett has it, and the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On the set.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Ready.
They'll start here with Jackson. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Man, that's a third fumble for him now in this ball game. And you know the old saying, CD, once is a fluke, twice a coincidence, 3 times becoming a pattern.
3 times is a problem in this case because we've seen field goal kickers have days like this, quarterbacks occasionally. But how rare is it for us to see a running back lose it 3 times trying to carry it?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Faulkner. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
To throw on 3rd down, Faulkner. These guys running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
46-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Ready?
He finds his man, complete. It's Stanley. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On the ground, this is Jackson. 51 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 22 now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Ready?
Now a give, right side. Dunlap. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him in just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Faulkner. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And that is no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it probably kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Ready up?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Here we go.
2nd and 9. They run again with Jackson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here is 3rd and 5. To throw is Jackson. That is caught. And a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And my goodness, another interception. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Throwing on 1st down. Faulkner. He finds his man. Complete. It's Stanley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready.
Now Jackson. And it's a room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 75 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Faulkner. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Faulkner. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Let's go.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Ready?
Back to throw. Faulkner. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Down.
1 score down. Here we go.
10 cycles.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, but the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
22 needles. Ready?
They'll look to throw again. It's caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Blue strike. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Diggs in motion right. On second down, this is Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Faulkner. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Here we go.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Diggs has it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Back to Walker on 1st down. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Sliding out of the pocket, and Walker has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Walker now at 1st and 10. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And Walker once more. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively, kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Walker. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Jackson's going to keep it. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Throwing now is Jackson. Fighting to stay upright. Escaping. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals will add to their fourth quarter lead. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. This is 1st and 10.
Trouble, 38.
Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
They've used him quite well in the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour. And something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Bengals, it's
Cause you be in your zone when you winning on your own when you winning. Wake up, look out the window, see the rose in the Bentley when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Oh, you rock designer clothes when you winning. Keep when you winning. People all in your business, gotta ride with it 10 when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Yo, she could come around but can't stick around. That's how I tease her. Been having my waist since a little. I ain't never been no pleaser. Always gonna crush these souls when they realize I don't need them. I don't give a f***. Got close wheels, you cross the line, I'm squeezing. Every day the same routine, ain't no new team. Never ever had hoop dreams, but I'm ballin' like I want a ring. Demon time over everything, you don't know how much it really means. Struggle took a toll on them, had to come and intervene. Boy, them keys to that Bentley, I'm trying to drive it around. I think I'm driving it gently, now I'm speeding through the town. I can't even put my phone down, trying to show the world how it sound. I'm around to make the wrong turn, we don't even want to turn around. Lately I've been thinking, what would I be if I ain't take a risk? Struggle, I hated it at the time, but it's the reason I'm rich. Never see me knocking nobody, I know how hard it can get. Respect whoever on they, cause you be in your zone when you winning on your own when you winning. Wake up, look out the window, see the rose in the Bentley when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Oh, you rock designer clothes when you winning. Keep when you winning. People all in your business, gotta ride with it 10 when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. I don't do but I've been off them all week. Tryna take this far as I can, I want it all on sleep. Might just put a 40 ball in my mouth, cause I know my talk ain't cheap. Soon as you start running up money, they weeks. Oh boy, it's so much to see. Gotta learn to keep your balance. Going to sleep on silk sheets. But it used to be a pallet. Fell in love with shopping, I'm getting a grip of it. I don't need no stylist. Walking on mall, spin a bag on anything if it got me smiling. I'm on every L that I ever took. I promise. Flashy with a system on me and I don't look. That's how I'm coming. Can't wait to touch a meal like I ain't got no food inside my tummy. Been had a vision, seen it vividly before it got sunny. You could tell I'm committed. This get hard and I get it, but long as you stay authentic, you'll be destined to win it. I recreated my image. This was earned, never given. Gonna be that way till it's finished. Cause you be in your zone when you winning on your own when you winning. Wake up, look out the window, see the rose in the Bentley when you winning. When you winning, when you winning. Oh, you rock designer clothes when you winning. Keep when you winning. People all in your business, gotta ride with it tinted when you winning. When you winning, when you winning.
Touchdown in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get truth, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions? Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what the I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a scene go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless, but look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon, cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole town Spartan. I'm from outer space, so all my homegirls Martian. It's about to get critical, this moment is pivotal. Here to feed the streets, they say my influence umbilical. We gon' make it grimy, devil get behind me. Told you I'm the best, I done said it with my chest, so for real nobody try me.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get truth, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
And I say, one for the money and two for the love. We the new era, so whoever may feel they above. Live in delusion, that's an illusion, it's absent. Keep it together, don't act like you didn't know what it was. I'm on a whole nother planet, I'm about to show you. This wouldn't work if we planned it, meaning you won't understand it. We have to rings like a Saturn, this feel like splitting an atom. We got involved with the pattern, so now we up and we at 'em. Watch out for my evolution. Around and start a revolution. I am more than a being, I'm an institution. If I gotta reiterate, that's where I'ma lose it. It's my world and I'm generous and let y'all peruse it. How obnoxious.